Kendrick Lamar versus Drake was one of the most polarizing rap feuds in recent memory. I remember when Not Like Us came out for the first time and you could not escape this song. Deadass, every phone, speaker, party, everybody was playing this song. People have been debating who won for the last entire year, with the lines of victory being extremely blurred for me personally, with mass bias on both sides of the equation. So, I'm here to definitively break down who really won between these two massive hip-hop icons for me and you. I'll give you all the context you need in this video, so no need to Google up random crap. Sit back and relax and enjoy the show. I first need to clarify what a good diss track is. Let's go over my personal criteria on how you lyrically assassinate someone. I promise this is essential since the entire video is going to be contingent or dependent on my basis. I will be awarding each artist by points. Each diss will reward points, and I'll tally it up at the end to see who has more overall disses and lyricism. Disses are rewarded points based on actual disrespect. Let's cover an example. How the fuck you be stepping with a size 7 man's on? Kendrick is known for being very short, so dissing him lightly for his height is a good jab. 2 points. Regardless though, Kendrick's height is not very personal to him, nor that strong of an attack, so it only gets 2 points. Hell, he actually went on an interview and said he's proud of being short.
We're both short guys. You are living proof that short guys are making a comeback.
They have more character, and they have more dignity and pride, and they're more talented, and they're more aware and more handsome than anybody else in the world.
Straight insults generally do not count as points because, bro, we are rappers, not Soulja Boy. The point is for you to dismantle your opponent in a lyrical or entertaining way. Otherwise, fuck Bow Wow would be the greatest diss track of all time. I'm sorry bro, saying fuck Bow Wow 94 times is not substantive and does not do anything to Bow Wow, whoever the hell that guy is. Creative lyricism will also impact their points. For example, Drake earns points for lyricism by finding multiple ways to call Kendrick short. Constantly finding new ways to word it, I will award some lyricism points for, as long as it doesn't get too repetitive. Another good example of creative lyricism is when Nas mocked Jay-Z's Jay-Z made a diss track on Nas earlier that went,
ROC, we running this rap shit. M-Easy, we running this rap shit. The Broad Street Bully, we running this rap shit.
Saying Jay-Z's crew is gonna get gunned up and clapped quick doesn't add much diss-wise, but mocking Jay-Z's flow like that just makes this shit hilarious. I will also deduct points if you lie, contradict yourself, fabricate information, or say some dumb shit. Stuff like that. I'll try to make this as objective as possible without taking the song quality into effect because, I mean, let's be real here. Song quality is completely subjective and that'd just be biased for me if I said Euphoria is better than Family Matters as a diss track because it sounds better. Lastly, I'll be taking into account events that happen outside of the diss tracks, like lawsuits, because I think that's relevant and could take a lot of the power away from what they're saying. Yap session over, let's begin. Drake on October 6th, 2023 made a song called First Person Shooter featuring J. Cole. In the song, J. Cole discusses being considered one of the big three, as 3 of the most dominant and successful rappers in the modern age. J. Cole here says that
love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big 3 like we started a league.
J. Cole is saying they're all in the big 3 and on similar levels. Kendrick says nuh-uh and fired back on March 22nd on the song Like That as a feature. Yeah, keep this in mind for the future. Kendrick in this first line is implying that Drake and J. Cole's best projects ain't shit, and to be fair, I agree. I think most others agree by almost every single metric that Kendrick generally has the superior music. Maybe not sonically, how it sounds, but conceptually, lyrically, is more consistent and has never dropped an abysmal project like the other two. 1 point of disrespect for Kendrick. Yes, this is more subjective in nature, but I think most would agree with me that Kendrick just gaps both of them. In the second line, Kendrick saying Prince outlived Mike Jack. Prince and Michael Jackson were two titans of the pop industry, with Michael Jackson being the bigger artist, but Prince being the generally more skilled artist. This is a creative way for Kendrick to say that he will outlive Drake as a better artist, and especially works because Drake and Kendrick are two titans of the rap scene, and Michael Jackson and Prince had a minor feud, similar to what Kendrick and Drake are having now. 2 points for lyricism. The song First Person Shooter was released on Drake's album For All the Dogs. Kendrick is saying he's gonna bury them with a K to all these nines. A K is a play on words for AK, referring to the gun AK-47 to all these nines, which could mean a 9mm, saying he's got a superior gun or a K9. Either way, this is some sick wordplay and a creative way to diss Drake, to say he's gonna put him down. 3 points for lyricism. Overall, good job, Kendrick. As a warning shot, this is one of the best I've ever seen. Let's see how Drake responded.
I could never be nobody #1 fan. Your first #1, I had the shots get the poppin'. I'm the one doing the clinching. I came up in the Ville, so I'm good when it's...
Surprise, surprise. Let's talk about Cole. You could skip the push-ups if you'd like, but since he was involved in this battle, I figured we'd include him anyway. For those who don't know, after Kendrick sent his warning shot and like that, J. Cole shot back on the song 7 Minute Drill.
Since your first shit was classic, your last shit was tragic. Your second shit put niggas to sleep, but they gassed it. Your third shit was massive, and that was your prime.
J. Cole, this is a disrespectful track. Here, he literally admits that Kendrick has 2 amazing albums. Look, I know he's saying that he has 1 boring album and 1 really bad one recently, but dude, this just feels weak if you have to commend him for having 2 classics. Even worse, this is not really a strong diss because this is his subjective opinion, not really based on something that really happened. 0 points. You called him out! J. Cole says, how ironic, soon as I got it. Now he wants something with me. J. Cole talked about Kendrick before Kendrick talked about Cole. Motherfucker, you want something with him first? -2.
He averaging 1 hard burst like every 30 months or something.
Okay. This is good. Kendrick's inactivity is something you can go at him for in recent years, since that's been his weakest aspect for sure. But J. Cole, you said he drops a hard verse every time he says something. Stop praising Kendrick Lamar. This is a diss track. You cannot say, oh, he doesn't drop, and then say he drops hard verses every time he drops, +0.
If he wasn't dissing, then we wouldn't be discussing her.
Is he saying Kendrick is irrelevant without him dissing? Looking at Google Trends, these two have literally the same level of relevance for 80% of the timeline. Google Trends may not be the most accurate source ever, but Kendrick's always been discussed in modern years in my experience. This man is not Lil Pump or something. -2. I remember hearing this for the first time and thinking, wow, J. Cole decimated Kendrick Lamar. But doing some research just shows me that, it's not it. J. Cole seems to agree too, because less than a day later, he said,
angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness. I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And it's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right?
J. Cole chose peace, and I respect that. He basically apologized for what he did, and I could see why. Shit, I mean, I'd apologize too if I did some shit like that. Some people were calling J. Cole sore and a pussy for not stepping up, but doing what's best for you and putting this rap battle shit behind you is just mature in my eyes. Yeah, shortly after that embarrassment, Drake dropped Pushups. Let's get back to the real beef, shall we?
Pip squeak, pipe down. You ain't in no big 3. SZA got you wiped down. Travis got you wiped down. Savage got you wiped.
Drake throughout the song has a lot of rebuttals that really add to the enjoyment of the track. Like for example,
I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos.
You won't ever take no chain off of us.
they work as cool little counterpunches to some of Kendrick's lines, and as much as I'd like to give credit to Drake for this throughout the whole beef, it doesn't add to Drake's case. Yes, it helps him stand his ground, but it doesn't really hurt Kendrick at all. Light jabs are still a part of the back and forth, but for a rebuttal to really earn major points, it needs to be more lyrical or substantial than that, my guy.
How the fuck you be stepping with a size 7 man's on?
We covered this earlier in the video.
This top, so you drop it, give me 50 like some push-ups.
Here, Drake is talking about how when Kendrick left his record label, Top Dog Entertainment, he was with them for over a decade and was signed initially as a part of a 3-way deal with Aftermath, Interscope, and Top Dog Entertainment. Top Dog apparently told him to give up 50% of his earnings to the company. I could find literally 0 sources on the confirmation of this. Either this is some wild accusation that Drake's making, or Drake has inside knowledge on the deal. This is really iffy, so I don't want to give it the full credit. The second part of this line is where Drake tells him to drop and give him 50, like push-ups, likely referring to how Kendrick posted a video of himself doing push-ups. Cool lyricism. 1 point.
Pull your contract, cause we gotta see the split. The way you doing splits, bitch, your pants might rip.
In these lines, Drake is still going off on this 50% thing, which is iffy, but Drake here says that the way you doing splits, the way you're doing contract splits, is so far that he's stretching it like his pants might rip. Nice double entendre. 3 points for lyricism.
Pip squeak, pipe down, you ain't in no big 3. Scissor got you wiped down, Travis got you wiped down, Savage got you wiped down.
Drake in these lines is saying that SZA, Travis Scott, and 21 Savage all wipe him in terms of streams, and is making fun of his low numbers compared to his last couple of albums. Good jab. 3 points of disrespect. He also calls Kendrick short again. No real substance, just an insult.
Like your label, boy, you in a scope right now, and you gon' feel the aftermath of what I write down.
Kendrick belongs to the record label Interscope. Interscope and Interscope is a cool double entendre. 2 points for lyricism. Kendrick was also signed to Aftermath Records. 1 point for lyricism.
What's a prince to a king? He a son, nigga.
Kendrick referred to himself as Prince. If Drake is actually Michael Jackson, then he's known as the King of Pop. On top of that, Michael Jackson had a son called Prince. 3 points for lyricism on Drake's part.
Numbers wise, I'm out of here, you not fucking creeping up. Money wise, I'm out of here, you not fucking sneaking up.
This is a little bit of a more ambiguous line as who it's really aimed at, but Drake is definitely far above Kendrick in both total views, streams, and money. 2 points for disrespect, I guess. Overall, the first real shot at Kendrick is pretty good. Considering that Drake was battling like 20 different dudes on the same track, I say he did a good job splitting his time well. Now, let's get to
Euphoria.
Young girls, that's a gift for me. Heard it on the Button Podcast.
Walk up the wrong tree and then get your head popped.
You trying to let this shit die down.
What the fuck is this, man? Tailor-made freestyle is where Drake uses AI Snoop Dogg and Tupac against Kendrick Lamar. This entire stinker is basically just AI saying, "Ooh, Kendrick, what do you want to do, bro? Are you out of moves? Hurry up on your replies so I can make you say some dumb shit." Even worse, Kendrick is the guy who made To Pimp a Butterfly. You know, the album where he tastefully uses Tupac's vocals after he died and got permission from the Tupac estate and his mother to use it.
I got that opportunity, and I give love and I give thanks to his mother, you know, for allowing me to use her son vocals in a positive light. A rapper could do anything. They can butcher them and make it the worst thing ever, but
the Tupac estate literally disapproved of Drake using Tupac's vocals so much against Kendrick, who is a good friend of the Tupac estate, by the way, to where they literally threatened to sue him. Yeah, this is literally like the last fucking rapper on the planet you want to use AI Tupac against. Even worse, he performed with Snoop Dogg on the Super Bowl, and you decided to use AI Snoop Dogg and Tupac against Kendrick. -10 for that goofy out track. What the hell is that?
Why calculate? You're not as calculated. I can even predict your angle.
Keep this in mind for later. Kendrick is saying how he can predict how Drake is gonna come at him.
Somebody had told me that you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave.
Drake bought Tupac's ring for $1 million back in 2023. Kendrick saying that he'd pay double than rather let Drake ruin Tupac's legacy. Kendrick is much closer to the Tupac estate as we discussed earlier, and proves that he deserves to have his ring more than Drake does, with honor, not in shitty ass AI taste. 3 points.
And I know I'm a selfish nigga, the crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends, if not, I'm YNW Melly.
YNW Melly was a rapper that was charged with killing 2 of his rapper friends. Kendrick is saying that if they're not his real friends, he's gonna be in the same situation. Cool lyricism. 2 points.
I don't like you popping shit that Pharrell. For him, I inherit the beef. Yeah, fuck all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T. You better off spending again on him. You think about pushing me. He's Terrence Thornton, I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet.
Kendrick just ripped Drake and you asshole. Okay. Kendrick in the first line is saying he doesn't like how Drake is popping shit or dissing Pharrell Williams, an iconic producer in hip-hop. Kendrick in the second line is saying fuck all that pushin' P. This is a double entendre with Kendrick saying that he doesn't like how Drake is pushing P. P is a nickname for Pharrell Williams. Drake is pushing P, he's urging or I guess dissing Pharrell Williams. Pushin' P is also a phrase that Drake has used in the past, popularized by rapper Gunna. Kendrick says fuck all that pushin' P, lay off Pharrell, let me see you push a T. +5 for lyricism. Pusha T is a rapper that had beef with Drake in the past, exposing him for hiding a child. Yeah, Kendrick here is basically rubbing salt on the wound that was Drake's loss to Pusha T. +5 for disrespect, since that damn near ended Drake's career. It doesn't end there though. Kendrick references Terrence Thornton, which is Pusha T's real name, and he says that he's Terrence Crawford, who's an undefeated boxer. Whooping feet is a slang term for just beating someone's ass. +2 for lyricism.
We ain't gotta get personal, this a friendly fade, you should keep it that way.
Kendrick here is saying that Drake should keep it this way, not bring anything up that's personal. Just as a warning shot, yeah, keep this in mind for later.
I'm the biggest hater, I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, I hate the way that you dress, I hate the way that you sneak this, if I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
This is likely a reference to DMX, another rapper saying on an interview a decade ago, where he said he doesn't like anything about Drake.
What about Drake? You like Drake?
No. My man.
He didn't even say a little bit. He didn't even say halfway.
That's my guy right there.
No.
That's why X is necessary in the game right there.
Okay. Now, why don't you like Drake?
I don't like anything about Drake. I don't like his voice. I don't like what he talks about. I don't. See, I be trying to tell his face. I don't like the way he walks. Like nothing. I don't like his haircut.
There's a loose implication here that Kendrick was referencing this and was never confirmed, so I'm not gonna give it a point. But if you think this is valid, then I think it's fair.
We hate the bitches you fuck cause they confuse themselves with real women.
Drake has a history of messing around with pretty freaky women in his life. His ex-wife being a literal porn star. Kendrick is evidently a Christian, and it's obvious that he doesn't support adultery. So Kendrick shaming Drake for having sex with porn stars and not more virtuous women, or real women in his terms, is something Drake can be criticized for. 3 points.
Didn't notice I said we, it's not just me, I'm what the culture feeling.
Drake in this beef is literally being teamed up on by Kendrick Lamar, A$AP Rocky, Future, The Weeknd, Metro Boomin, Rick Ross, Kanye West. There's probably some more names I forgot too. When's the last time everybody collectively came in to diss one rapper? What, Tupac in 96? The fact that such a shift of so many high profile rappers that are all going against one guy is evident that by Kendrick saying we, he does mean probably a large portion of the rap space doesn't like him. Kendrick saying he represents the culture is, I think, fair.
You gon' make a nigga bring back Puff.
Drake was known for being punched by the diddler himself, P. Diddy, at a party. Kendrick is basically rubbing salt in his wound for the incident that happened then. +3.
Let me see if Chubbs really crashed something. Yeah, my first one like my last one. It's a classic, you don't have one.
Again, with the discography disses, 1 point.
Let your core audience stomach that. Didn't tell them where you get your abs from. V12 is a fast one. Bow, bow, bow.
Holy shit, Kendrick, chill the fuck out. Drake got his abs suspiciously quick, in which Kendrick accuses Drake of using a V12 fat slimming machine. Saying let your core audience stomach that is an insane fucking bar. Drake using a V12 is not confirmed, but Drake never denied it, so I'll set it a middle ground for 3 points. 1 for diss and 2 for lyricism. If this is actually true though, I'd like to give more.
When I see you stand by sexy red, I believe you see 2 bad bitches. I believe you don't like women, it's real competition, you might pop ass with them.
Kendrick is saying when Drake stands next to Sexy Red, there's 2 girls instead of a dude and a girl. Poppin' ass is a term for twerking, where Kendrick basically emasculates Drake for such shit he's done in the past. 3 points for disrespect, since Drake has been known as the zesty dude.
Let's speak on percentage. Show me your splits, I'll make sure I double back with you.
Oh shit. Kendrick swings back on the 50% top dog thing he mentioned earlier. While we're still in nebulous territory, Kendrick does have the leverage here that Drake never responds to in this whole beef. Yeah, spoiler alert, after this whole thing, Drake still doesn't address this Kendrick doubling back on him thing. I'm not gonna give Kendrick any points or deduct Drake any points because nothing's confirmed, but this is definitely something to be noted.
Cease and desist on a like that record? Oh what, you ain't like that record?
Drake sent a cease and desist trying to take the song Like That, the OG song where Kendrick dissed J. Cole and Drake, off the radio. This motherfucker tried to take the song down. This was confirmed by Metro himself. Not only that, he didn't want the song off in general, he wanted it off the radio. He was scared of Like That taking over the radio, so he tried to stop it with legal means. Drake, the hitmaker, is so scared of someone else making a hit on the rap billboard scene that he literally tried to prevent this song from being played. Like that. Cease and desists or general legal action is seen as very pathetic in hip-hop because, bro, I mean, wrongfully trying to intimidate someone with legal powers, just kind of a bitch move. Kendrick here exposes that, so I'm gonna give him +4.
I think of my life is rap, that's whole shit, I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that.
Let me keep with the facts. You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home. Deadbeat motherfucker playing border patrol. Ooh, Adonis is your son, and he deserves more than an Adidas press run.
Drake was an absent father. +6.
Ain't 20v1, it's 1v20 if I gotta smack niggas that right with you. Yeah, bring him out too, I clean him out too. Tell Bean that he better stay right with you. Am I battling Ghost or AI?
This line is a direct rebuttal to Drake saying how he's being 20v1 by everybody against him in the rap industry right now. Kendrick is saying that he'll take on anybody that works with Drake. This strong rebuttal is even beefier, with Kendrick accusing Drake of using both ghostwriters or people who write lyrics for you and AI. Drake has been proven to use ghostwriters in his songs and AI on the last song. +4.
Don't speak on the family, Crody. You can get deep in the family, Crody. Talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone go bleed in your family, Crody.
Kendrick is warning Drake not to speak on Kendrick's family, or else something bad's gonna happen to him. Keep this in mind for later. Crody is a term used in Canada like Brody, so he's basically mocking him in Canadian lingo, which is where Drake is from. Crody is also what Drake named his cat, and says it exactly like how Drake does to mock him further.
It's for all the cats.
Yeah, that's my cat's name is Crody.
We have a cat as well? Crody?
Crody.
Crody.
Crody. You gotta say it like that though. Crody.
Crody.
Yeah, exactly.
Crody, talk about me and my family, Crody. Someone go bleed in your family, Crody.
+2 for lyricism.
I be at New Hall King eating fried rice with a dip sauce and a blammy, Crody.
Drake was robbed and held gunpoint in 2008 at a restaurant in Toronto. New Ho King is a Chinese restaurant in Toronto, with Kendrick basically pissing on Drake's grave where he got robbed. +3. Wow, okay, this is Kendrick's bomb he dropped on Drake, and holy fucking shit, he dismantled everything about his career. From his relationships, to his family life, to his rap career, to old controversies, to his body, to his fucking cat. It was just ridiculous. Also, remember when Kendrick said, Kendrick on this track had 3 beat switches, as he foreshadowed how much smoke that Drake or Cole would need to match his energy, and it's very easy to see why. The majority of this track is just straight disrespect, and Drake would need a similar length to combat it. +1. Kendrick doubled down on this, shooting another shot in the song 616 in LA.
People make good people go to bed. Conspiracies about cash, dog, that's not even the leak. Find the Jews like cash, dog, I just need you to think. Are you finally ready to play? Have you ever, let's see, have you ever thought that OVO is working for me?
Kendrick, you've been dissing OVO or Drake's record label, calling them in Euphoria OV hoes and dick riders. Now you're saying they're working for you? Kendrick knowing all of Drake's personal info in Euphoria makes sense if someone inside of Drake's camp was leaking shit, but you're saying the people working for you are dick riders? Are you dissing the people working for you? This is a contradiction. You're not supposed to diss your own side, bro. -4. Basically, this entire song is Kendrick alleging that OVO has someone who's against him and leaking information at Kendrick. There's no confirmation I could find on the internet about this, so I'm gonna leave it here. Luckily, Drake shot the biggest bullet he had and dropped Family Matters. I'll include music videos into this beef because they were a part of the diss and made to harm the other opponent. This goes for Kendrick and Drake.
Maybe in this song, you shouldn't start by saying,
"Nigga, I said it, I know that you mad."
Kendrick said he doesn't want Drake to say the N-word anymore. This line you shouldn't start by saying allows Drake to open up with the N-word, saying he doesn't give a fuck. A good rebuttal, 1 point.
Always rapping like you about to get the slaves freed. You just acting like an activist, it's make believe. Don't even go back to your hood and plant no money trees.
What is Drake's point here? You care about your people, so you rap like you want justice? And it's make believe? An activist is, by definition, a person who campaigns to bring social or political change. If releasing To Pimp a Butterfly, having his song being a protest anthem, donating hundreds of thousands of dollars to the Compton Unified School District's music, sports, and after-school programs, giving field trips to kids to award shows, helping and donating millions of dollars to people across the world, addressing tons of social and political inequalities on songs like Blacker the Berry, etc., do not constitute as some form of political or social change to Drake. He's fucking delusional. This is just stupid, saying he's a make-believe activist. -3.
Late teens, why you never hold your son and tell him say cheese? We could've left the kids out of this, don't blame me. You a dog and you know it, you just play sweet. Your baby mama captions always screaming, save me. You did it dirty all your life, you tryna make peace.
Drake here is, I guess, making accusations that Kendrick is a bad person by saying he did his wife dirty his whole life. There is zero confirmation of this. I guess he went off on some loose Instagram posts. They're not anything concrete.
I heard that one of them little kids might be day free.
Drake is accusing Kendrick that one of his kids are Dave Freeze. Dave Free is a part of Kendrick's record label, PG Lang, and he's basically Kendrick's right-hand man. I'm assuming that this is all the evidence that Drake has. An Instagram comment. Yeah, this ages like milk. Even when the song first came out, I wanted stronger evidence for this.
Drake, he always said I overlooked him, I was staring straight. These bars go over Kenny head no matter what I say. I know you like to keep it short, so let me paraphrase.
Drake here says that Kendrick has been overlooking Drake, but Drake is staring straight, saying he's short. The bars keep going over Kendrick's head, implying that he's short again, but also that he ignores what Drake says. Then he says, I know you like to keep it short, and calls him short again. This is some good lyricism, but Drake, you gotta come with some bombs, bro. You can't keep doing this rebuttal shit and height disses, bro. +3 for lyricism. I will say, the Good Kid Mad City van being destroyed in the video was pretty creative. I'll give him 2 points for that. Drake eating at New Ho King casually is a great rebuttal to Kendrick's New Ho King line. It doesn't really diss Kendrick, but it does refute the points that Kendrick got for that line, since Drake is fine there as well. -2 for Kendrick.
Shit is only hitting hard when Baby Keem put his pen to it.
What are we talking about here? Kendrick released Good Kid Mad City in 2012. Baby Keem was born in 2000. You telling me Baby fucking Keem was writing for Kendrick while running his dinky ass Minecraft channel? You think Baby Keem, who can't even make custom Minecraft skins?
Well, hey Keem, when is your skin in HD? How do you make HD skins? Somebody tell me.
Is gonna even conceive Mad City? This dude didn't even rap until he was 13 years old, aka a year after Good Kid Mad City was released. Disregarding my personal opinion on the matter, this is Drake's subjective opinion. But the audacity to say shit like this, to me, is insane. If it were me, I'd subtract 5 points. But I'm being as objective as I can here, so I'm not gonna subtract anything since this is just his personal opinion. An opinion that's very wrong to my ears.
Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now.
Okay, here's 5 Grammys of the song where he calls you a pedophile. Does that make you feel any better? Drake is saying Kendrick is glazed and doesn't deserve all the Grammys or awards he gets. A point more subjective in nature, so I won't give any points. Even then, Kendrick being overrated isn't really a thing for most people, nor really I agree on.
Right now, where's your uncle at? Cause I wanna talk to the man in the house.
In Kendrick's song Auntie Diaries, Kendrick talks about how his auntie transforms to become a man. A female sibling to your parents is an auntie, so the male version is an uncle. Drake, I believe here, is just making fun of his trans uncle, saying that he wants to talk to the man of the house. It could also double up as another short bar since children are typically short. Either way, it's not really effective since Kendrick has said before that he takes pride in his auntie being a man, so it doesn't really hurt him. And a short bar this late into the game, 0.5 points I guess.
You wanna take off for real? Then come get his legacy out of my house.
Kendrick said earlier that he wants to inherit the beef for Pharrell Williams, and Drake is telling him to come at his house and get his legacy, or his jewelry, out of his house. In the music video, Drake's accountant flashes Pharrell's jewelry that he gave to Drake. Cool rebuttal. And pretty disrespectful as well. Especially if you add in at the end of the video where Drake is shown flashing Pharrell's yellow diamond ring. I've seen some saying that this is Kendrick's wife Whitney's wedding ring, and I think that's just unrealistic. 1. What kind of person sells their wedding ring to Drake of all people? 2. There is no reputable source online that tells me this is Whitney's wedding ring. Looking at Pharrell's yellow diamond ring, it seems much more likely that this is the case. Whitney's wedding ring is also literally white. Pharrell's ring and Drake's ring are both yellow, +2 for disrespect.
A cease and desist is for hoes. Can't listen to lies that come out of your mouth. You caught a 2-pack of steak and begged them to sue me and get that shit down.
Drake is confirming that he never sent a cease and desist. But it's a little more conflicting as Metro himself had a screenshot confirming a cease and desist. Drake has 0 evidence here while Metro does have the evidence. There is still no 100% clarity on this. You can take what Metro's tweet said as fact, but for me, I'm just gonna leave this at a neutral. Apparently Kendrick also called a Tupac estate to try and get tailor-made Freestyle down. I think this is a rightful cease and desist letter, even if Kendrick called them on it.
Anthony set up the plays. Kojo be charging you double for.
Drake here is saying that Top Dog, or Kendrick's old record label, and Kojo, another member working with Top Dog, is overcharging him and doing him dirty, with no evidence, +0.
Juice when you put your hands on your girl. Is it self-defense cause she bigger than you?
Another short diss. This is starting to get literally ineffective. You can't say the same non-personal shit 40 times and expect to win a battle, man.
Proof. Why did you move to New York? Is it cause you live in that bachelor life? Proposed in 2015, but don't wanna make her your actual wife. I'm guessing this wedding ain't happening right, cause we know the girls that you actually like. The darkest secrets are coming.
Drake is alleging that since Kendrick moved to New York and hasn't made his longtime partner Whitney his wife yet, means that there's something going on. None of this is concrete, as Drake says himself he is guessing. Once again, more spotty stuff that ages like milk.
They hired a crisis management team to clean up the fact that you beat on your queen.
More alleged stuff that I can't find anything on the internet about. Lastly, Drake on this song had 3 beat switches, matching the 3 beat switches on Euphoria. This is a cool rebuttal to what Kendrick said, so +1. So, overall, what do we get? Drake saying you're short a million more times. Could we please get something else? Drake has some bars attacking Kendrick for stuff that's happened to family members. And while it is disrespectful, Kendrick has talked about this in songs before, being vulnerable with these things, so I don't think it really hurts him. You can't really attack Kendrick for his dad being robbed by Top Dog when Kendrick kind of already dissed himself for it. If he exposed Kendrick for these things, that's a completely different story. But this is just Drake talking shit and isn't really anything substantive, nor is it really an attack point. Maybe toward other artists like A$AP Rocky, he did a good job dissing them, but when it comes to just straight Kendrick, he didn't hurt him much. Less than an hour later, Kendrick dropped the first atomic bomb, being
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Let me be honest.
Let's talk about the cover of this song by debunking some bullshit. People are saying that Kendrick got all this stuff, which is from Drake's dad. If anybody is watching this, Please provide me with evidence that this is the case. People on Twitter are saying this, and I have to wonder, where is the source? Oh, academics. Let's see what academics has to say specifically.
Apparently. Then I'm also hearing, but apparently Kendrick Lamar must have got a hold of Drake's dad's suitcase.
Academics said multiple times, apparently. Apparently means as far as he knows. He is not stating truth. He said, from what he's been hearing, this is not evidence. Academics' words are not truth. Even if he's saying he's not stating the truth, he's saying apparently. Even then, this is evidently not Kendrick's. A Twitter user by the name of 2K24 has posted multiple pictures and videos of the exact stuff in the photo, which proves that it's his, confirming that nothing was stolen. I did want to find out more about how this worked, who this guy was, but it led to such an ambiguous internet rabbit hole that it doesn't seem to really be relevant at all. I can't seem to get a read on what this cover is meant to imply. Anyways, remember when I told you that Kendrick could predict Drake's angle? That he should keep it friendly? And that he shouldn't go after Kendrick's family? Well, Kendrick went after Drake's dad and his wife and his kids. Kendrick predicted that Drake would go after his family because that's the only real form of attack surface. Kendrick, less than an hour later, dropped Meet the Grams. Dear viewer, I hope you understand the gravity of what I just said. He told that motherfucker Drake multiple times to keep it a friendly fade, to not go deeper, and immediately played into his hands. So when Kendrick got word of it, he immediately dropped this shit. Kendrick tried to warn this man. +5 for Kendrick for just being on some light Yagami Death Note shit.
Never let a man piss on your leg, son.
Drake was dissed by Meek Mill for being peed on and doing nothing about it. Kendrick is referencing that here and is telling him not to be like his father, especially to his son, so that probably stings. +3.
Dear Dennis, you gave birth to a master manipulator. Even using you to prove who he is a huge favor.
Dennis is Drake's dad. Drake has been shown earlier to lie about stories about his dad in which Drake has basically used him. +3 for disrespect.
I'm blaming you for all his gambling addictions.
Drake has been known in the past to gamble like crazy, even having recent streams where he gambles. It's unclear if he has a literal addiction, but it is something to be dissed for. 2 points.
He got sex offenders on Hovio that he keep on a monthly allowance.
I could find literally zero information on the internet proving this. I don't know if Kendrick is lying or he has inside information or what, but I'm gonna leave this at neutral. Baca does have a criminal record, but nothing about being a sex offender who, to my knowledge, is the only OVO member with a criminal record.
There's some weird shit going on, and some of these artists be here to police it. They be streamlining victims all inside of their home and calling them tender. Then leak videos of themselves to further push their agendas. To any woman that be playing this music, know that you're playing your sister, or better yet, selling your niece. To the weirdos, not the good ones. Cat Williams, I gave you the truth, so I'ma get mines. The embassy about to get raided too. It's only a matter of time.
Kendrick here implies that Drake is a predator who grabs girls to put inside of his house and calls it the embassy, calling this process private tender, and is doing some fuck shit to them, saying his house is gonna get raided soon. Even 8 months later, Drake's house hasn't been raided, but has had shootings and people trying to break in after the release of Not Like Us. I don't think a raid by authorities has ever happened to Drake's house, but maybe it will, and Kendrick is a psychic. There is no proof of Drake doing any of these things, but he was accused of doing something similar by a TikToker named Eileen's Garden. I cannot find any source saying Drake responded or something larger spawning as a result of this. When I went to go find the TikTok, the video seems to not exist. I went on her TikTok profile and saw that when this video was released in October of 2021, it wasn't on her profile. My two theories are that 1, she was on some bitch shit to defame celebrities for her 5 seconds of fame or whatever reason, and deleted it eventually because it's not true, or Drake made her take it down because she was actually spouting the truth.
What I'm about to tell you is 100% true, and this information came to me from one of the crew members on Drake's tour. This was the guy who did all the tech stuff, and he told me that Drake has an employee whose job is to go around town looking for super hot girls. He finds the girls and then he interviews them, and out of all the girls he interviews, he picks the one that he thinks is the best. Then he drives her to Drake's place. Drake has sex with her, and then he drives her home. So basically, Drake has his own private Tinder.
Whatever the case may be, there is a spotty history with Drake doing this stuff, but zero concrete evidence.
Dear baby girl, I'm sorry that your father not active inside your world, or at your 11th birthday singing poems with you.
Look, this is supposed to be the gut punch of the song, the nuclear bomb, the bomb that would end Drake's career, and it didn't. In fact, these lines are kinda shit. You see, when Pusha T exposed Drake for hiding his son, he didn't try to deny it. This was later confirmed, and that's why it was so meteoric. Pusha, I don't believe, provided receipts, but there were rumors of Drake hiding a child, with Pusha having a personal anecdote from one of Drake's producers that told him this information, making it extremely likely that this was the case. Eventually, Drake did confirm this, not even denying it, as it was something so severe and truthful that he basically was bullied into becoming a dad. It holds weight even to this day because it's true, and there is absolutely no comeback to that. Now, you're telling me Drake is hiding another child who's at least 11 years old? He could have even hid Adonis for one. Discarding that Kendrick provided absolutely zero evidence for this, like most of what he says in this entire song, Drake denied this. Drake didn't deny hiding Adonis, but literally right after this song, he came out and straight denied that he had a daughter. Academics also said that Drake DM'd him, saying that if anybody could find his daughter, he'd quit rapping.
I'll take it one further. Drake hit me and told me, he said, Ak, if you or anybody could find proof I have an 11-year-old daughter, I'll quit rapping and I'll come work for you.
Aside from all likelihood of this happening, let's stick with the facts. Apparently, the internet found out who Drake's daughter was. He gave a hint mentioning the name Eternity. People found a random girl on the internet who was named Eternity. Comments have been limited on her profile due to Kendrick fans constantly coming at the child with this likely false narrative of forcing it down her throat. Even 9 months later, comments are still restricted on her entire profile. If the mother is saying that this is not Drake's child, and that Drake is saying this is not his child, then who is Drake's daughter, Kendrick? Kendrick has still provided zero evidence 9 months later, leading to Eternity being harassed online. Pusha T initially stated that Drake was hiding his son, to then eventually reveal him during an Adidas press run to further his deal with Adidas. At least Drake had a reason. Drake hiding this child for 11 years just because? He's doing this just cuz? Kendrick, you can't just lie or fabricate information to cause collateral damage to completely unrelated people. If you're telling people the truth, why provide zero evidence? Pusha didn't provide evidence, which you could knock on him for, but the fact that Drake admitted it a month later and said himself that he lost and that Pusha was right made the diss as good as it was. But with Kendrick 9 months later, we still have nothing. Minus 10 points. This might be harsh, but saying this bullshit as your main gut punch, then proven for a 99% chance that you're wrong, having zero evidence, then dropping another song less than a day later to cover up your mistake is just an L. Kendrick has said baseless accusations, which Drake hasn't responded to, but never has said something of this severity for it to backfire.
But truthfully, I don't have a hating bone in my body.
Buddy, look, I know what he's trying to say. He doesn't actually hate Drake. You could have said, I don't resent you, or I don't dislike you, or some shit, dude, but saying I don't have a hating bone in my body, and then 1 song ago, or 3 days ago, you said you hated him multiple times. This just looks bad on your part. -1.
But you fucked up the moment you called out my family's name. Why you had to stoop so low to discredit some decent people? Guess integrity is lost when the metaphors doesn't reach you.
Kendrick, you're losing me here. You want to talk about losing integrity? Kendrick has dissed Drake for losing his beef with Pusha T, having a weaker discography, his fake physique, his sexuality, him being robbed, his ability as a father, his cat, his family life, including his wife and child first. You came after his family first, Kendrick. You have the same level of integrity he does. You lost that shit too. You can't be dissing your opponent for something you're equally as guilty for if you did it first. -3.
You got gambling problems, drinking problems, pill popping and spending problems, bad with money, horror house.
Gambling problems? Yeah, probably. but Drake has no public information that would indicate he has drug problems, money problems, or whorehouses.
You go hide them baby mamas, ain't you? You embarrassed of them.
More accusations with zero evidence. In 2014, there was a woman claiming that Drake was the father of her children, but nothing ever came of it. Drake catching all these accusations and rumors is definitely sus shit, but nothing concrete.
Cause you lied about religious views, you lied about your surgery, you lied about your accent and your past tense, all is perjury. You lied about your ghostwriters, you lied about your crew members, they all pussy, you lied on them, I know they all got you in them. You lied about your son, you lied about your daughter, You lied about them other kids that's out there hoping that you come. You lied about the only artist that can offer you some help. Fuck a rap battle, this a long life battle with yourself.
This is some of the most eerie shit I've ever heard in a song ever, especially when it's directed at another person. On first listen, I was like, holy shit, it's over for Drake. Until you break it down. Drake, I don't think has ever stated something about his religious views, then completely betrayed that. Or maybe Kendrick has inside information. Whatever the case may be, I can't find anything about it. Does Drake have other children? Who fucking knows? There's no proof again. Okay, so what do we get? Kendrick just shooting himself in the foot here multiple times is what we got. This diss track is heavily carried by the impact and the time it dropped. The chess move was there. The setup was there. Many remember this track as one of the big blows due to the tone and the death wishes that Kendrick had upon Drake. I did too hearing this for the first time. I thought this was the checkmate, but looking back at it, it's the opposite of that. If you exclude the timing on the track, then I think it did more damage to Kendrick than it helped. Yes, the concept was dope, attacking each one of his family members. Had Kendrick the proper dirt on them and the method to prove it, this would have probably been the checkmate. Who knows? Maybe in due time it will be revealed and it would boost this track as the best in the beef, but as it stands right now, it's among the weakest. Fortunately, 20 hours later, to cover for the mistake,
beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with him. Walk him down whole time, I know he got some hoe in him. Pole on him, extort shit, bully the flow on him. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1.
As previously stated, Drake has a suspicious history with minors. Not gonna give any points here, but this will compound later.
Certified lover boy, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor.
Oh shit, Don DeMarco, bang bang, he just killed this man. For context, there's a video, real evidence this time from Kendrick, guys, where he's getting touchy and kisses up on a 17-year-old. Drake in this clip was 23 years old. My boy, what the hell is this? Okay, look, he didn't know her age when he did these things. He had no context or knowledge of this. So it's not his fault entirely. Wait, stop, you already know she's 17 years old, so stop, you weirdo, stop kissing up on her, she's 17, Drake. What's your comeback to that? There is a 6-year age gap, bro. It's legal in Canada, bro, it's still weird. Kendrick saying A minor and the note A minor is just the cherry on top. There is zero comeback to being a certified pedophile. At least it's not like Drake, to my knowledge, is actively grooming a 10-year-old, and the girl he did this on stage with doesn't think there's anything wrong with it. So this isn't gonna immediately end the battle, but +7 for diss and +4 for lyricism.
The audience not dumb. Shape the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow.
Drake has been proven to shape stories about not sending a cease and desist, which has been confirmed by Metro Boomin that he did. Drake also shapes the stories that Kendrick beats his wife, that he's got a bad relationship with Top Dog, and his label doesn't like him. We'll get to that later.
Fucked on Wayne Grow while he was in jail. That's conniving. Then get his face tatted like a bitch apologizing.
Okay, Drake did not fuck Lil Wayne's girl while he was in jail. He fucked her before Lil Wayne went to jail. He did not conspire against Lil Wayne. That girl ending up with Wayne years after the relationship is something that Drake does not control. There's a big difference between intentionally doing it while he's in a relationship and doing it, then forgetting about it until shit happens to end up in an unfortunate situation. You can't lie like this, Kendrick. -3.
Future when you didn't see the club. Hey, what little baby help you get your lingo up? What 21 get your false street cred? Thug make you feel like you a slime in your head. Hey, what Quavo said you can be from Northside? What 2 Chainz say you good but he lied? You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer.
Essentially what Kendrick is saying here is that Drake steals from other types of cultures, specifically Atlanta in this case. Originality is a big thing in hip-hop, and Kendrick pointing out Drake stealing or using these values from others is, yeah, obviously not cool. +2. And that's everything. Or I guess everything I need. The rest of the song is Kendrick not really adding much else, but it doesn't really matter. You can't come back from being called a pedophile when there's a video of you kissing up on a 17-year-old when you're 23. Well, it's almost over. Let's see what Drake has to say. The final piece to this whole beef.
Streets would have had me hiding out in a small town. My Montreal connects stand up, not far down. The ones that you get and get stories from, they all clowns. We plotted for a week and then we fed you the information.
What the fuck are we talking about here? You got your information from clowns? But we fed you the information? Is Drake calling himself an OVO clowns? OVO can't get no respect in here, bro. Not even from OVO themselves. -3.
A daughter that's 11 years old, I bet he takes it. We thought about giving a fake name or a destination, but you so thirsty, you not concerned with investigation. Instead, you in that Venice studio, it's a celebration. You gotta learn to fact check things and be less impatient. Your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration. Even the picture you use, the jokes and the medication, the Maybach glove and the drug he uses for less inflation. Master manipulator, you bid on a speculation. You dumb and reactive, nigga, I'm petty with dedication.
Kendrick has not denied this, and Drake is confirming. This is enough information for me to accurately say yes, Kendrick was fed false information and is confirmed. Drake fell for Kendrick's trap of dissing his family, and I added Kendrick 7 points for that. Now that Kendrick has fallen into Drake's trap, he's gonna be deducted 7 points. These next lines are a bit weird. Drake says that the picture, medication, and the glove were all planted by his crew to feed him false information. But we know that Kendrick doesn't have this, as Ebony 2K24 does. Ebony confirmed that nothing was stolen, so either Drake is adding some bullshit to the equation to make it seem like he planted more information than he really did, or this is true and Ebony took this from Kendrick and is trying to create a diversion to the masses by telling them that Kendrick doesn't have it when he really did. This is very nebulous in and of itself, so it's gonna sit at neutral. Either way, Kendrick is taking a huge L from this.
Mother I, wait a second. That's that one record where you say you got molested.
Drake? Kendrick wasn't molested. He said he never lied and was never touched. Kendrick's mother was violated, not Kendrick. Come on, bro. You can't just be getting shit wrong like this and be placing misplaced conclusions. -3 for Drake.
If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested, but that's not...
This is just a horrible point. Too famous? Famous people have been getting exposed left and right, proven as pedophiles and weirdos, doing shit with children, women, etc. Jeffrey Epstein, R. Kelly, P. Diddy has a case going on right now, etc. -2.
You mentioned an A minor, but niggas gotta be sharp.
Okay, I'll give him credit for this though. This is a great rebuttal and some good lyricism. Sure, you wouldn't say B sharp. B sharp is just C flat, but it's still a great line. +2 for lyricism.
With Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never look twice at no teenager.
Drake, this ain't true. -4.
Stop buying views and buy comments.
Drake coming in again with the baseless accusations. Kendrick's numbers have been going up, and I guess, once again, as we discussed, he's so scared of anybody else taking over him that he just accuses them of buying bot comments and views. And that was that stinker of a track. that was it. He doesn't have any more dirt on him, and to be fair, if everything Drake said was true, then Drake would have checkmated Kendrick, and there'd be no way that Kendrick could come back from all the allegations. Unfortunately though, after this, Kendrick dropped the Not Like Us music video after Drake dropped Pushups. Here's everything that was added. Kendrick is in a prison cell here, doing push-ups, implying that he's done something illegal. This is a reference to Drake's song earlier, Pushups. When Kendrick says A minor, you hear the backed up voices and the zoomed out view of hundreds of people singing along calling him a pedophile.
Get more love in a city that you from, nigga.
Like a bitch, ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Hey, what the hell? Is that all of Top Dog Entertainment chilling and dancing with Kendrick Lamar in this video? If what Drake said was true, then why would Kendrick be on good terms with them? Unless it never happened. Kendrick also said that he could double back on his splits with Drake, which Drake never addressed. This makes Kendrick's case even stronger. -4. You can't make claims about some guy, then for you to get proven wrong. Hey, is that Kendrick dancing with his wife and children? Why the hell would she be doing that if Kendrick beats her? Wearing a wife beater, a tank top. She's wearing the shit to mock Drake's claim. All the big ambiguous accusations in Family Matters about Kendrick being a wife beater is essentially negated here. You can't make a bunch of baseless accusations then to get proven wrong. His gut punch in Family Matters doesn't hurt. Even worse, she's dancing to a song where he's called a pedophile. -7. Hey, did Dave redirect this video? Why the hell would Kendrick allow the guy who impregnated his wife to record his videos with him? That doesn't make any sense, unless it's not true. This is solid enough for me to say that what Drake's claims are is just false. -5. With that as the final blow, let's tally up the points to see who really won. If you couldn't tell already, Kendrick won. He was delivering the stronger disses that were more disrespectful. He was more lyrical and more creative in the ways he dissed Drake. Even worse, to exacerbate the issue, Not Like Us is a hit. He outperformed Drake in streams, and Not Like Us became the fastest rap song ever to hit 1 billion streams. If I was Drake, I would have never stepped into the ring with Kendrick. Kendrick, prior to this, has had nearly 0 attack surface, while Drake has never been properly respected since the story of Reardon, and is universally known as the goofy guy who makes shopping mall music. I really tried going into this with an open mind, not trying to be biased toward one side, but it became a shit show for both sides, spouting random bullshit accusations. But in the end, Drake spouted more bullshit than Kendrick did. To exacerbate the issue even more, Drake put a lawsuit trying to sue Kendrick for basically botting streams for Not Like Us. Remember when Drake was scared of Like That going on the radio? That's why he sent out a cease and desist to legally take it down. Now, he's trying to take down Not Like Us again. He's trying to do the same shit again. Worst of all, Kendrick is doing concerts and is performing his diss tracks that he did against Drake. Has not done anything to promote his diss tracks because I think even he knows he was the loser. So that's it. Kendrick won. Drake and J. Cole are worse off than when they started, and that's it.
40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than
Look at this motherfucker. This is the most devious, shit-eating, grave-pissing grin I've ever seen in my life. You know this man loves to say this, bro. I'm not even adding points anymore at this point, bro. It is over. It is over.